Hello, my name is James P. White from 95.7 Cruise FM, The Locker Room, as well as the James P. White Experience. Welcome to the Jedi Jimmy podcast. Holy crap. Okay, so we got Jedi Jimmy podcast, episode 6, the Book of Boba Fett, episode 5. I could take you in warm, or I could take you in cold. Mando's back, baby. The return of the Mandalorian. Wow. Okay, so they started the episode with him basically back as a hunter, going after the big bounties. Darksaber is on the scene. He cut a guy clean in half on a table. One of the most exciting moments I've ever seen in the Star Wars universe. Now, after he takes out the bounty, then what happens? He goes to the new covert where the Mandalorian armorer is there. He goes, he has an injury which he actually caused to himself by not knowing exactly how to use the Darksaber and how to control it properly. And the armorer gives him the whole backstory on the fall of Mandalore. If you don't know, Mandalore is the Mandalorians' home planet, in which they were basically destroyed by the Empire. Now, the first Mandalorian, or the first person to wield the Darksaber, was Tar Vizsla. He was the only Jedi and Mandalorian at the same time. It's a very unique lightsaber that uses a special crystal, but it feeds off your control over your emotions. So it's a little bit different than a Jedi lightsaber. So if you don't have control over your emotions, it becomes hard to control and it becomes heavy. He has problems with that later on. I'm going to get into that. So she talked about how the people that were born on Mandalore strayed from the way. So keeping the helmet on, and honor and relationship and all that kind of stuff, they started focusing more on who am I related to, what house am I part of, rather than, the core of the way. Now, so the armor actually specifically blames the fall on the House Kreese, which is Bo-Katan's family, and more Bo-Katan, because if you remember from Rebels, Sabine Wren got the Darksaber from Darth Maul, and she gave it to Bo-Katan, saying, "You're the rightful leader of Mandalore," and it caused the fall of Mandalore because of the prophecy. Pretty deep. And it was talking about the fact that what they call about the fall of Mandalore is the Night of 1,000 Tears, because millions of Mandalorians died. The one covert or group that didn't were the Children of the Watch, which is now the covert that Din Djarin is part of. Now, the very first Mandalore, one to yield the Darksaber, is Tar Vizsla. Now, during this episode, Mando meets his cousin, not cousin, their ancestors, same family. I believe his name was Paz Vizsla. He challenged Mando for the right to the Darksaber, and Paz lost. But during this time, a big thing that happened was the armor. She actually was trying to train Mando how to use the dark saber. And the more he tried to fight he was basically fighting against the power of the dark saber, and it got heavier and harder to use because you have to control your emotions. You have to know who you are, where you're going, and there's too much uncertainty there. A lot of the stuff that she talked about during this was very evident when Sabine was learning how to use the dark saber in the Rebels, and she was taught by Kanan Jarrus of the Jedi in Rebels, otherly known as Caleb Doom, but different series. Now, after the battle, basically, Mando was called out on whether or not he's taken off his helmet in front of other people. And being the honorable guy, he said, yeah, I did. So he's been kicked out of the covert. The only way he can get back into the covert is by something that he has to do on the planet of Mandalore. And the thing is, I think that's going to be a big part of the upcoming Mando series, which is also supposed to be coming out this year. Now, with the fact that he got kicked out of the covert, he left where they were and went back to Tatooine. Peli, if you remember her, she was the one on Tatooine in Mos Eisley that helped him fix the ship one of the 27 times he had to fix his ship during the first and second seasons. And she found him a replacement for his ship, which was called the Razor Crest, and it was a Naboo starfighter. If you don't remember the Naboo starfighter, that was actually introduced in Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace on Naboo. That's actually what Anakin used to blow up the, what are they called? The droid control ships. So after he rebuilt this ship and got it all good to go, and the good thing is while he was with the armorer, he was told that you should never have a weapon that's made out of solid Beskar, such as like his spear. So he melted down part of it and has a gift for Grogu, the baby Yoda from Mandalorian. And they hinted at the end of this that he actually wanted to go and give this gift to Grogu to make sure he's okay. That was a cool part. Again, showing a little bit of in-depth, a little bit of feeling, a little bit of humanity to the whole Mandalorian thing. So I don't think that we're going to see Grogu in the next episode because there's only 2 left. I think they're going to lead this and go to Mandalorian Season 3. They're going to make it out like he went to visit him. And then we're going to see that in Mandalorian Season 3. We're not going to see that in the Book of Boba Fett. Again, we only have 2 episodes left. There's got to be a war. We got to get more people. So, man, these next 2 episodes are going to be exciting, baby. I'm so excited about this stuff. I can't even say. Now, another thing that was introduced on Tatooine was this little droid. It was a BD-1. If you saw him, it's basically legs on a rectangle head with one eye and a flashlight. BD-1 has only been seen in the Star Wars universe in the Jedi Fallen Order video game. And who knows? We might be able to see a couple more Jedi. Who knew? That would be awesome. And now, my previous predictions, there's a few I believe are going to still happen, even though they haven't happened yet. Because I believe that Boba Fett's army are going to be a lot of bounty hunters. I still see Cad Bane coming. I still see Bosk coming. There's so many. We could have IG-88. He's actually a more advanced version of IG-11, who we were introduced to in Mando. He could be coming. There could be so much bounty hunters. Remember, there's an army, and then there's bounty hunters who are specialized at either taking people down or taking people out. And that's an ultimate army right there. I'm so excited. This could be awesome. Okay, now, last episode, I did miss something. I had to watch it a few more times, and then I got it. Remember when Fennec Shand, she said that if you have the money, I can get you the muscle? If you listen, watch it again. If you listen, there was a short little clip of the Mando theme song. And man, I can't believe I missed it. And Mando's here, man. I'm so excited. Wow. The best is yet to come. I don't even know why I'm still standing here. Now, there's only 2 episodes left, but there's still some great quotes in this one. Every episode I have a favorite quote. Episode 1, Jabba ruled with fear. I intend to rule with respect. Boba Fett. We have fate sometimes steps in to rescue the wretched. Again, Boba Fett. Take it from an ex-bounty hunter. Don't work for scugholes. Boba Fett. Episode 4. You could only get so far without a tribe. Again, Boba. This episode, my favorite quote, Boba Fett wasn't even in this one, but persistence without insight will lead to the same outcome. The Armorer of Mandalore. I look forward to seeing you. Thanks for joining me. I need to throw a huge shout out to my sponsors, the Dean Blundell Network on the deanblundell.com, as well as my good friend Army Chris, Fire for Effect Productions, who helps me with all the setup, helps me with the editing, and he's a great guy to work with and drink with. Again, Fire for Effect Productions, Dean Blundell Podcast. I look forward to seeing you next time. There's only 2 episodes left, baby. There's more to come. Woohoo!